Hey, what's up DIYers? Mike Boards with the Mike Boards channel. Thanks for watching. We're talking Guardline driveway sensors, and we're going to open up our box and show you how to install one. Let's get started. All right, DIYers, outside now, and in front of us is the Guardline long range extra sensor. This is the 1/4 mile sensor, and we are going to take some time, open it up, and become familiar with that user manual. Boxes are now open and well packaged. As you can see, those little boxes can hold quite a lot. At this point, I've grabbed the important things. On the left-hand side is your receiver, and middle is your user manual, and on the right side is your sensor. And we are going to open this up and become familiar, again, as I just mentioned, with the first couple steps. Once you open this up, just verify all your parts are present, and we are going to remove the 4 small little Phillips screws inside here with the screwdriver that came in the package, and we are going to install 4 AA batteries. After loosening those 4 screws, carefully separate the sensor from the swivel mount. Here are your 4 screws, and here's the internal portion of your sensor, and here's where the AA batteries go. And right here is all the adjustments you can make to the sensor. And as of right now, out of the manufacturer, it comes in the default mode, which is the most common setup for your driveway. And in the event that you want to make adjustments, you can do so by referencing your user manual. We'll talk about that here shortly. And as you can see, here is a description of all those adjustment settings. However, from here, let's go ahead and insert the batteries. 4 batteries are now in the sensor, and now it's time to take apart the receiver and install the batteries. Again, reference your user manual. All you have to do with this one is shift that part back, and it comes right apart. Here's a better look of the inside of the receiver, and this takes 4 AAA batteries. 4 AAA batteries installed, and very important, you want to reference this little key diagram here as well as these settings. And right now, again, out of the manufacturer, number 1 and 2 are in the down position, 3 and 4 are up, and 5 through 12 are down. And referencing 1 and 2, that is your pause, and 3 and 4 are the delay time and second, and we are going to select the 1 second. So we are going to have that up, and as far as the second, number 4, that is up as well. Everything else is in the down position. That's perfect for us. I've resecured the back cover, and on the side you've got your on-off switch, the volume, as well as the power cord input, and you see the red light that's on, and these are your zones. You can have up to 4 zones, which means you can have many sensors. And I'm going to shift that aside, and we're now going to again reference the manual and get this set up. After reviewing this, we are now going to pair the sensor and the receiver and make sure that they are close in proximity to each other. And you want to make sure your volume is all the way up, your receiver is on. We are going to select zone 1, and we are going to press and hold the learn/next, which is on the side right here, and you want to press and hold it, and zone 1 should begin flashing as you hold it. Not sure if you saw the light blink, but I have repositioned the sensor. I'm going to wave my hand in front, and that is awesome. And zone 1 is now paired. We are going to continue on and properly set the items I showed you, which are inside here. However, first we need to exit learn mode by turning the receiver off and then on. There's off, and now it's on. All right, DIYers, a very important step of setting up your Guardline receiver and sensor. And again, on the previous page has a diagram of the internal settings right here. A is your test button. You can test that whenever you want it. And B is your distance sensitivity. Go ahead and read through this, and in the event that you want it up to 40 feet, you have to have the switches configured 1 down and switch 2 down, as shown here. In our case, we're going to do the 13 foot, which means we have to have both the switches in the up position on this. So I'm going to carefully switch those up, as shown right there. Now down to the speed sensitivity, and this determines the speed at which objects can be detected by your sensor. And standard speed, which is 2 miles per hour or greater, have the switches in the down position. However, if you want a slow speed less than 2 miles per hour, you will have them up. In our case, they are down by default, and that is 2 miles an hour or more. We are going to keep it as is. Now on to the 2 switches to the right, which are the black switches. The top one is your night mode. Turn this on only if you want the sensor to work during low light or dark settings and not during the day. However, again, it is in the default mode. It is shifted to the left, and that is 24/7 operation. Sensor is always on, switch is set to the left. And again, if you want it night only mode, sensor only works at night, switch the set to the right. And then you've got the sleep interval, which is that second setting there or little switch. In that regards the detection motion, the sensor can sleep for either 7 or 30 seconds, allowing an object to pass through the field of vision without setting the alarm off again. Again, 7-second interval or 30-second interval. We are going to select the 7-second, and that is by default as well, shifted to the right. And that basically completes the configuration process setup of your internal setting options of your sensor. It is now time to resecure this sensor to the swivel mount. Sensor and mount are resecured together, and this little part right here, this is called your adjusting sensor field of view. And with this little window connected, it is 9 degrees. And if it is not connected or this window is off, it is 12. And there is literally not much difference between 9 and 12, as you know. And I use these little tie straps to kind of give you a mental view of the difference. 9, just a little smaller field of view than the 12. We are going to select 9 by leaving that little window installed on the sensor. It is all personal preference. And here are the field of view angles as shown here that we just talked about. And the 9 degree is the standard. All right, DIYers, I walked the driveway. Instead of using these screws, I'm going to use tie straps, and I'm going to use that little tree right there. And the instructions state, make sure it's at least 3 to 4 feet off the ground. All right, DIYers, I have found my perfect placement for the sensor. Again, 3 to 4 feet off the ground. And I use zip ties. I'm now going to cut away the excess tips of the zip ties to give it a better finish. Tips of the zip ties are cut, and I like that finish. And again, the sensor is on a swivel mount. Do not over tighten it in the event that you use zip ties. You do not want to crack this plastic mount. And again, you can maneuver the sensor however you want. Don't forget to install your top hood, and that alleviates false sensors from raindrops and blowing leaves. Stepping back and check this out. I've got the sensor in the driveway, and as we walk by it, you hear the sensor. And again, we've got it set for 7 seconds. So after 7 seconds, in the event that there is still motion, the sensor should go off, or the receiver should go off again. Awesome. We are now going to pick up the receiver and place it inside. And as we walk inside, DIYers, hey, do us a favor. Below the video, you will see that thumbs up icon. Click on that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely ring your YouTube bell. That would be very helpful to us. We really appreciate it. I'm on the complete opposite side of the driveway. I want to see if it picks it up. And it did. Pretty cool. And one last thing, DIYers, you don't actually have to use the power cord. You can use your 4 AAA batteries. Alleviates a wire and cord and use of an outlet plug. We are going to stick with just the batteries.